Good day, Reddit people. So this is my S13 project that I'm currently working on. The car was severely damaged in an accident that I have barely survived, and this is how it comes out. Well, I'm using official service manual for the body repair alongside with some 180 official measurements for the heights and distance between points on a chassis. The thing is, car is mostly straight on the rear end. I've checked everything via a laser. You can see it on the wall there. So this is my note, like a 0 point. I leave the car so it matches those measurements. As you can see, well, focus is terrible, but the thing is, I've checked everything on the rear end. It seems really straight, no difference at all. But the thing is, the front side, it was heavily damaged. You can see how it came out. All of this shit is newly made. I've bent it with my friend, so it's mostly handwork. Nothing is bought, everything is like materials from the hardware store. This is like 50 by 80 mil like profile for the construction and whatnot. It's pretty much like 3 millimeters thick, so it's better than this stock shit. We're also going to cut everything from this side as well, and we will use the center of the car for the measurements. As you can see here, well, this is 70-40, yeah, so that's the distance between those holes, and where you actually put the engine mount. So this side is a little bit bent in this like position here, since the car, when it was damaged, I will put some pictures of the damaged car. It basically pushed this stock rail into the firewall down there and literally bent like below the clutch pedal. And after some investigation, I've managed to take all the measurements and put it pretty much as it was on the stock car. But the thing is, it's a lot of welding and bending and whatnot, so it's taking a lot of time. But since I'm working on the project, I was also going to repair all of the rust that is on the car initially, since it's S13 and we all know how those rot. Also, I forgot to mention, I've added this L profile actually to help the support this side of the car, since the stock ones are really terrible, as you can see here. So this is the like stock bend, and it's really brittle and bendable easily. So I've managed to put this as a support, so I will weld all of it from the below the car to the top of the car, from both sides. From this side, as you can see, this is, I don't know how it's called in English, but this is basically a flooring for this side of the car, and all of it will be welded onto this L profile. So it's actually going to be really sturdy. So I will probably put some of those. Where are they? Yeah, this is not the correct length, but probably like this, to the 90 degrees, to go to the side here and to the this we can call it literal rail on the right. So this will be actually really sturdy. Stock car had those like you can see bends. Those help to prevent warpage, and you understand how it goes. But since I can't make those, I don't have a machine for this, I will put basically like profiles. It will be a little bit heavy, but surely it will be stronger than putting the sheet as it is. Or even I can put like only like a sheet of the metal like this thick without all profile, like this, but without this side. So that will also bring some sturdiness, or is that the word? I don't understand. But the thing is, that's pretty much the idea here. So this is the inside. I will close all of this, but I need to put those anti-rust like substances to clean those metal before the painting and primer and whatnot. So this is how it goes inside of the car. This all needs to be painted firstly, and then I can weld the plate here. That's the general idea. I will put this in the video since I forgot to mention it. As you can see, this is the graveyard, as I can call it. Literally cemetery of the car that it used to be. You can see this is like a chips. You can pretty much. What the fuck? Oh, this is not good. And this is pretty much how it's going. We will see how it will be in the future. It's not that much of the cost, like those sheet of steel are basically like at 20-30 euros, and you got like 1-2 square meters, so it's not that small amount. Also those rails, that's the actual profile that we are using. You can see it here. So this is the 6 meters piece. This is cut to the half, but I think it should be enough to finish this other side. Also, I can show you the below the car. I think those are the measurements for the. Let me put the laser on. Okay, that should be enough. I need to put this straight to the middle, but we will not check the distance now. I will just show you once I find a measuring tape. Okay, we go. I'll show you the heights. As you can see, on a stock S13 180SX, the chassis is pretty much the same. You can see 54 and 55 are basically those. 54 and 55 is this line, this axis here. So it needs to be, let's see, 55, 56, excuse me, is 399, 400. It's like, we'll put it at a 400, since maybe the people who measure it also had some misalignments. So 400 is our goal here. And you can see pretty much, if I put it on the hole here, it straight goes to 400 in a millimeter, and the other side is also on 400. So that tells us that this car is basically straight on the end, since both of those points are in level. We can use this for a rail here, since this is the bottom line where you actually put your engine mount to measure 255, to measure height of this. And we can go to our paper here and we can take this side. So this is the focus is terrible, but I can see if you can't, it's 44 and 45 height, and basically, well, can't get it to the focus, but you can see it's this here. Come on, man. Oh, I will put the pictures if this doesn't focus, but it's 255 exactly. So that tells us that this rail is in the level here. We can also take the measurements of those strut towers. So this is in the middle of the strut tower, and straight down we got 7, let's see, like this, 720, 722, but that's not good actually. Let me see, maybe I'm holding this wrong. Yeah, this is right. So you need to actually put it in the middle of this strut tower to get the exact measurement here. 726 is our height here. And also, if you check the paper here, it tells us that this is 46, which is 46, 726 exactly. 726 you can see here. So that pretty much tells us that this car is exactly in the level. Also, I put this side exactly to the 726, but I need to play it up there so I can actually put my measuring thing next to it so I can measure the height. But it's 726 exactly. So that's how the project goes, pretty much. I've also bought some of those brackets, so I will put it to the end here so I can pretty much weld all of those openings, and that will be brand new S13 chassis once I finished. You can see the damage of the rust and the previous owners doing like repair shit. This is not repair, this is bullshit. But you can see how it was repaired. People actually just tack those on without weld, and what happens, they put like epoxy or some shit on those openings, and what goes inside, of course, moisture, water and whatnot, and make the whole shit below to rot and corrode and go to ruin. That's how those cars pretty much rot initially, but they're from the fabric really bad made in terms of the sheets and steel and whatnot, so they rot. Either way, either you touch them or not, they will rot eventually. So all of this will be fixed in the future. As you can see, I've also suffered some damage here on how it's called, this canal for the transmission. It was a little bent here, like bent was inside, since all of this was pushed out. And first, even before we cut this everything here, I will put some pictures probably in this video. It was literally pushed out inside like for 20 millimeters. So yeah, we used the mounts here. We put the construction, as you can see, it's here. Yeah, this construction, we made it. So it was bolted onto the flooring here, and we pretty much pulled out everything from the underneath the car. So those like this damage was, it's fixed now, so it's mostly like aesthetic issue now, but it will be fixed in meantime. So the level of the car is in measurements, the height, the width of the car is also in measurements. I've put this one exactly onto the width of the car. I need to put a laser to the middle so I can take this middle of this line to the middle of the car, so we will get like 384. That's the half of the car, and that's how pretty much I've measured it. I didn't use this rail for the measurements. I've used the middle of the car for the reference. So everything came from the straight part from there. This is our 0 point. Like when we saw that this is in a level, we used it to transfer that like heights and measurements to this side. So on this side, it's basically referenced from the behind the car. If you understand any of the geometry and whatnot, I think you will understand what I'm talking about. Since I can't use this right rail, since maybe it's bent 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters to the right. to the left from this position, or 2 or 3 or 5 millimeters up there, or even it could be like this. We can see that clearly since it's really not straight of the profile, or what you can call it, like piece. So we need to use references that are exactly 100% straight if we want to make this car drivable again without any issues. Millimeter or 2 can be adjusted on the suspension or even coilovers, but you can't adjust straight, like how do you call it? If car is straight or not, you can't adjust that on the coilovers. So that means this must be exactly as it's supposed to be in a book. Here's my leveling thing. I can show you the height of the car, and that's pretty much concluding the project. I will post probably more videos regarding this project on my YouTube channel, but we'll see how it goes. Let me see if it's in the car. As you can see, this is the interior of the car. How it looks, probably not the best, but still it's work in progress. And probably my thing is up there somewhere, but I can't find it. Ah, there we go. This is the thing that's also keeping the car in line. You can see it's a little off the center, but that's okay since everything is pretty much still movable. I can literally bend all of this for 5 millimeters because it's only welded onto this like a sheet of metal here. So when I actually put it to the distance, you can see it goes to the level like this, and I'm not even moving the chassis. So this piece needs to be actually fixed with those front, what do you call it, front like rails, but that comes between those two. So this is just a mock-up to keep the distance when I'm welding, so it's not pulling. You can see these are my welds I'm putting onto the car. Yeah, they must be good, and everything needs to be welded together, as you can see. So that's pretty much how the project goes. Also new flooring and whatnot, everything's coming pretty much to the as it should be. So friends, thanks for joining me on this showcase. I will post more updates on the YouTube or Reddit or everywhere pretty much, and I really want to see every idea or comments that you have regarding of this project. If you have any suggestions or ideas that I could use, pretty much every useful info is like accepted. So thanks for the time, and see you in the future.